Penelope wants to make friends, but she also wants to make snacks out of her classmates. What a dilemma.
Welcome to the KidLit Deconstruction Zone podcast. In each episode, we'll mine children's books for tools to fill your author toolbox. Let's dig in.
Episode 2 Tools for Awesome Main Characters.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the KidLit Deconstruction Zone podcast. My name is Melissa Mwai, and I'm the author of several nonfiction books, including A Puerto Rican Childhood and I Can Make a Friend. And my good friends and co-hosts call me Mel.
Hi, I'm Morgan Lau. I'm a visual storyteller. You can follow me at Green Girl Blue Planet on Instagram.
Hi, I'm Rona Sherdan. I'm a children's author and book coach. Find out how we can partner together on your writing journey by visiting my website.
On today's KidLit Deconstruction Zone podcast episode, we're talking about tools to build awesome main characters. Main characters are the stars of our stories who should stand out from the cast of characters. We're drilling into 3 tools: unique voice, agency, and authentic to kids.
The tools.
The first tool is a character's unique voice. This comes through dialogue and thoughts, as well as their narration, if they're the viewpoint character. A character's voice can be shown through specific word choices and the topics they focus on, and may also be influenced by their cultural background, past life experiences, or even their physical bodies. As a writer, it's up to you to choose what elements to highlight for your children's story.
The second tool is act with agency. A character that acts with agency is the captain of their ship. They are the protagonist with main character energy that may overcome an obstacle, could be likable character that you root for, or a fallible character that makes mistakes, but also explores solutions to their troubles. They do not rely on luck or others to save their day, and they are not interchangeable with anyone else in the book. Sure, there are internal and external influences, but their life is unique to them, and they are at the helm of the decision-making in their story.
Our third and final tool for today that we'll touch on is authentic to kids. When a book is authentic to kids, it means the kids can see themselves or their life experiences expressed in the personalities, language, culture, and situations the characters find themselves in. This establishes a connection between the child and the story's characters, boosting engagement and making it a more enjoyable read.
The books.
Our picture book selection for this episode is We Don't Eat Our Classmates by author-illustrator Ryan T. Higgins. This is one of my favorite books. It makes me laugh out loud every time I read it. Let's apply this episode's 3 tools as we do a deeper dive into the book. This book uses a unique voice by combining humor and having a girl dinosaur who wants to eat her classmates as her main character. This premise gets the child listener on board right from the start and is quite playful and fun. Penelope wants to make friends, but she also wants to make snacks out of her classmates. What a dilemma. We see agency through Penelope's actions as she learns to control herself. Initially, she doesn't understand how her classmates feel, but as the story progresses, Penelope learns to relate to these feelings. The book is authentic to kids since they can relate to the various emotions that Penelope experiences. It's often difficult to control your actions, and we see this in the featured spread through illustrations and text. Although Penelope tried really hard, she couldn't stop herself from eating her classmates. Every child can relate to that struggle of doing what you're supposed to do when you rather choose a different type of behavior. Our chapter book selection is Wayside School Beneath the Cloud of Doom, written by Louis Sacker and illustrated by Tim Heitz. In this book from the series, a cloud of doom hovers over the school, and seems to control the behavior of the students. The unique voice is evident in the quirky character names, behaviors, and bizarre situations. There is humorous dialogue throughout the whole book as well. Each character has a unique personality that distinguishes them from the others. Agency is demonstrated through each student's actions and choices, especially when influenced by the strange power of the cloud of doom. In the featured chapter, Stuck, Dana is known for making funny faces. Her antics make fellow students and even the teachers crack up. When the cloud of doom takes control, Dana's doofus face locks in place and stays stuck, alarming everyone. The book is authentic to kids because every kid has made a funny face, and most may have wondered what would happen if that face got stuck. Kids will also relate to the stories of kindness, friendship, and the school that's filled with differing personalities.
And the next book we'll be talking about is Frizzy. It's written by Clarabelle A. Ortega and art by Rose Bussamra. The main character is a young teen named Marlene, and her unique voice comes through her word choices, the way she's both hopeful and vulnerable, and how she eventually pushes back against cultural beauty expectations of what it means to have, good hair. And in her case, her hair is amazingly curly, and she learns to appreciate that. Marlene acts with agency. One way this is shown in the story is that she comes up with a plan to allow her salon straightened hair to just be free and curly the way it's supposed to be. An example of Marlene being an authentic character that relates to kids is through her range of emotions. On the one hand, she wants to please her mother and get her hair straightened every week. But on the other hand, she wants to express herself. And that mix of wanting to both be who you are and still be part of your family is very true to a growing teen's experience. So let's dig into the text here. The first tool that we're going to talk about in Frizzy is unique voice. The main character, Marlene, speaks with Spanglish, which is a mix of English and Spanish, not only to her family and friends, but even to herself. So in this example here, right before she's going to wet her hair, she says, "Adios, pelo," which in Spanish literally means goodbye hair. However, in this context, she means goodbye straight hair. The next tool is acts with agency. And her plan is to wet her hair right before school. And since she's only a young teen, she's going to sneak out. And I think that idea of rebelling, but also not getting caught, is a very true to life moment. The last tool is authentic to kids. A lot of these micro moments that are captured both in the visuals and the text feel very true to life. I also think that moment where she's excited after the shower and she's doing this fist bump is a great moment where you can imagine a kid just going, "Yes, like I can't believe I did this. I finally can do what, I want to do." In this case, for her, it's just something as simple as actively changing her hair from straight back to curly.
Today's YA pick is Me Moth by Amber McBride.
It is a novel in verse written in a lyrical first-person perspective. Me Moth uses the first tool, unique voice, as the author uses visual language that transports the reader to an unforgettable place. Here's an excerpt. 2 summers ago, our car broke in half like a candy bar on the freeway, and we all spilled onto the pavement as crumbled as sticky caramel peanut filling. This tragic event is detailed in a way that taps into the childhood memory of eating or consuming a gooey, messy candy bar. With the second tool, the main character acts with agency because Moth feels separate from everyone at her school, but she embraces it. Quote, I don't mind being nothing to no one, unrooted on every soil my feet trespass on. End quote. The story is told from Moth's point of view. In that poem, there is loneliness, but also acceptance there. For the last tool, Authentic to Kids, Moth shares a feeling of being alone, yet falling in love at first sight. Quote, his hair is tied in a knot, but a few strands waterfall across his forehead. Only someone that is intrigued by a person would describe them with that level of detail. I think we all remember our first love or someone that caught our eye at an early age. These emotions can be very intense for younger audiences, which makes the text very authentic to the reader.
The homework.
Here's your writing homework. Evaluate some new or existing stories to see if your main character has a unique voice, acts with agency, and is authentic to kids. How can you use these tools to build up your main character?
Whether you're writing a picture book or YA, grab your writing tools and get to work.
If you have any book suggestions for us to deconstruct in future episodes, please leave a comment below. Thank you for listening to the KDZ podcast, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.